you.
Yeah, they couldn't hear me. Sorry. This program, what is wrong with it? Why does it do this? It was literally just working like 3 minutes ago. And now it's doing that again. All right, let's hop back over to the game. All right. Yep, okay. So, there we go. Yes, welcome everybody. We are playing Silent Falleym. This is supposed to be a pony horror game, because I'm on a Brony streak. I know nothing about this game. I've never played it before. Okay, so, yeah, WASD's my favorite. I absolutely hate using keyboard and mouse. There's no tutorial. I can barely see anything. So, here's what we're doing tonight. We are fundraising for my tooth replacement, right, to get that dentist bill paid off. You'll see that progress bar at the top there. If you would like to have a message read off to live, you can tip. There's also a GoFundMe link in the description. We're very grateful.
Tip for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to sync it with Heather's so that we can see what the actual progress is.
And I wonder if there's a way to... Oh, okay.
Not because you gotta use 2 different accounts. Unless I like put yours on hers and had everyone tip you, but that.
And then, yeah, it would get complicated. There's also the GoFundMe, which I think is up to $40 at the moment. So I'm assuming that I need to follow this blood trail. Oh, and right off the bat, it splits. There seems to be demonic sigils on the floor over here. And then it continues down this way. Okay.
You say you need to follow it. It immediately turns into a fork in the road. Don't step on it. You might stab your hoof.
Let's see here. Can I sidestep this gate? Nope. Well, this game must have been very easy to animate. These freaking lighting effects. Alright, so apparently I gotta step on this thing. There are no tutorials. Okay, so right click selects items, but I have no idea of what item is which. Curative tinctures. Okay. Found another wall.
Okay, so you can only walk on the lighted portions.
Let's see here.
It appears to be a maze.
Well, this is back the way I came. The bench. Does clicking do anything?
Seems to be no. Does spacebar do anything? No. So you
nope.
Can't jump.
Alden wants to know if this is Fluttershy. I don't think it is.
Style looks like it could be, but I'm getting too much pink from what little we can see.
Okay, so here's another bench. This better not be some jump scare nonsense. Okay, here's another obstacle. Can I go this way? I think you're right, Emerald. I think it's a maze.
Oh, hey, you're leaving footprints in the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, can't interact with anything here. Unless interact is a different button. Pistol! Oh, we got a tip. Rusty with 110, nice. shotgun.
Rusty Herald retipped $110. I have given you money, now say my name. In all seriousness, hope this helps and that you have a great weekend.
I can just read it.
It does yeah, I was able to hear it.
Yeah, no, I can't hear it. I've got no audio in here either.
Okay. So yeah, well, yeah, Rusty Herald. You're Rusty. And Rusty's over there like, you're god dang right. I was just scrolling through YouTube Shorts for no reason earlier today, and for some... Oh yeah, I do have a shotgun. Okay, and click shoots the shotgun. I have no idea... Oh, there's my ammo up at the top right there. So there's E, Q, Z doesn't do anything, C doesn't do anything. Oh, shoot, V exits apparently.
Did it completely exit?
I think it did.
Oops.
Okay, so don't press the V button. Trent says, don't forget the supporters. Well, yes, while we wait for the game to load back up, thanks to everybody who supports on the Patreon, especially $10 and up tier, such as Heather, Emerald, who's with me, Shady Oak, Autoknight, Senko, DJ Rain, Billy, Alden, Kanto, Mr. Sonic, Alicia, Calbeck, StarChaser, VentureCorp, Willyzin, Icanus, Vulpecula, Raptor's Talon, Jimmy, and Jayoshi and Malcontent. Now then. Now the Wazis are... Oh, I was offline. Yeah, you see, that's why I freaking hate WASD, is because I can only type when I'm trying to write something, not when I'm trying to direct a character on the screen. So this is the direction I was trying to go.
Eventually get instinct where it is.
You know, with a maze, you usually have some level of top-down perspective.
So, the very simple maze-solving algorithm, it just, like, hug the left wall.
I got a pistol. And I got a shotgun. The left side of the wall, you say.
Basically, just pick a wall and just stay attached to it, basically. Because that'll bring you around the entire edge of the maze.
Yeah, and I think it doesn't really lead anywhere. Also, I'm not really digging the sound design here. It's just clop, 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 clop. That's not even how people walk, much less a horse.
Lock the gate?
Oh, there's an idea. I don't see a lock.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be doing that.
I think there's another gate somewhere over here.
Can you, like, search the trash can?
I came up to the trash can earlier and tried to interact with it and nothing happened. Yeah, no tutorial, no nothing. No hints.
So thankfully, Heather's been donated a flat amount of money. That's going to make things easy for me.
Man, this is going to really suck. If I can't do anything in this game. I gotta tell you guys, the Bronies have not really impressed me with their game-making abilities thus far. Like, Fighting is Magic was great. It wasn't the best when, you know, it was being made, but it was good. It was a competently made fighting game. Every other Brony game I've played since then has had serious design flaws. And if all I'm doing is walking in circles for an hour here, I'm going to feel really bad about charging for this stream. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stand in the middle of this demonic circle, this rune. I'm going to shoot it with my gun.
So, what I saw on the loading screen is that you have to find sacrificial caskets and drag them here, and you'll get random items.
Okay, so... caskets. Find. These are interesting words, considering I haven't been able to interact with anything.
Yes.
And
So,
the...
now, on this anemic old laptop, is figure out how to play.
Paladin Pony T says, "What about the games Golden Fox gave you?" Those were the Mario games, and I suppose I could try them some more. I only tried the one. It doesn't feel right to suck so bad at the one and then try to move on to two like that's going to be any better. What if I'm missing story context? I have no idea what's going on, but he really only gave me like the Mario. What do you call it? The Super Mario SNES sort of game attacks.
How do you spell this game again?
It's silent. Falleym.
Okay, I'm saying someone Falleym, not Falleym. Hey, there we go.
Oh, Rusty's donation brought us up from 5% to 8%.
And I'm about to sync it with Heather the Mountain. This is Silent Falleym's Snowfall, right?
I believe so. It's the first one. And
Yeah.
there's 4 to my knowledge.
Apparently it's a remake of the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Listen, I literally see nothing. There's no jump, to my knowledge. I don't want to click any more buttons. What if I close the game out again? What the heck? A critical error.
Huh.
Let's try again. I wonder how many times I should try before I just move on to frickin' chapter 2 and hopefully that works.
Okay, so apparently if you press the X key, it will show you all the controls. But I think that's only after you start the game.
The X key was the fatal error a second ago.
So try it again.
Fatal error.
Interesting.
Yo, this game sucks. Is anybody having fun? I'm not having fun right now. Get a sip of water. My throat. I have not been taking care of my voice today, and I sound like crap. And my voice feels like crap.
Ooh, apparently this game is based on Silent Hill.
I have heard that. I really don't think the lighting was this bad in Silent Hill.
No, Silent Hill. Also, according to the website, the pony you're playing is like either light pink with a darker pink mane or white with a pink mane. But the lighting is definitely not supposed to look like that.
It's not supposed to look like this.
Like, not very far off, but you should be able to see yourself. I know during one of the times I tested it, I was able to pull up some kind of menu. I don't remember what button I hit to do it, though.
Paladin Pony T wants to know if anybody has any funny teacher stories, and I can't really remember any of them, any funny teacher stories, except this one history teacher I had in college who was just extremely blunt. Like, it was crazy how blunt he was. He had absolutely no problem just saying some of the craziest, like, or most horrible things you could think of if it was, like, in character for whatever he was trying to do. Like, it was crazy. It's the first time I ever heard, like, a teacher cuss or use a racial slur. But, like, if it was relevant, it didn't stop him, and that was... I sort of respect that. Emerald, do you have any funny teacher stories for us? I don't know. I don't even know how well the chat can hear you, but...
So, when I was in 8th grade, my math teacher... not math. My English/homeroom teacher was a witch. In terms of, like, her appearance and some aspects of her personality. And that is not meant to be a substitute for a word that rhymes but starts with B. No, literally, witch. It is important to this story. Anyway, one day, I was sharpening my pencil, and you know those crappy old sharpeners they had in the back of the classroom. You have to, on the wall, you have to frickin' crank the thing, and it's not like an actual blade, it's just 2 spiral grooved pieces of metal. And either as I'm sharpening it, or it filled up and as I'm trying to clean it up, I spill it on the floor. I go to her closet to get the broom to sweep it up. It's an old wicker broom and dustpan. And as I'm sweeping up, I mutter to everyone in the back of the class, I better be careful of this. I don't want to break the teacher's ride home. And I think a day or two later, she pulls me aside and is like, so, some students told me about the joke you made about me. Don't keep that stuff quiet. It was funny. And after that, it was a running joke that I'd tease her about. It'd be like, oh, look, because she was also the coach of the softball team. I was like, don't stay out for practice too long. Looks like rain. Hate for you to melt.
What about stories where I'm the teacher? So, in the previous, I'll see how many I can remember here. In the previous stream, I talked about, like, having to teach ADHD students and sort of figure out how to do that. Because, like, keep in mind, guys, I've worked in a lot of these fields, but I'm not necessarily formally trained in them. So, I have accomplished everything I've accomplished through empathy and effort. And like actually trying, and you would be surprised how far you can get with empathy and effort. Like, I had people coming up to me saying, hey, you've done more for my, special education kid than the people with the master's degrees. And, and that's humbling in a way. And it's also, like, disgusting in a way because, like, the people with the master's degree should be better than me. But it also kind of gives me a little bit of a big head. that in a lot of confidence that I actually am good at being a messenger and being a teacher. So I speak with a lot of confidence when I say these things. So, the one kid I had that had real bad ADHD, and he was the one always causing the problems in my class. Not ready for attack. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it means you're in it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I am out of ammo. I better switch to my pistol.
Switching to your sidearm is faster than reloading.
Yeah, especially when you don't have any ammo. So, this kid was the reason I had to switch to corporal punishment in my classroom one time. Because he was just being that disruptive. But let me tell you something. Wasn't disruptive anymore after that. And it's not like I did anything, like, really bad. I just kind of clapped him on the thigh like lightly with a shinai, right? And it didn't hurt him, but it was enough to like scare him. And that's really all you need. And after that, I was able to sort of, you know, when he started making a better effort to be better behaved, I was able to start working within his handicaps. And that's when I figured out that it's like, okay, I've got to, in order to work with this guy, I can't just tell him things and I can't just show him things. I have to tell him things and show him things at the same time. So I started working with him on drills while I would quiz him on information, right? And that occupied his whole brain, which is what, you know, one of the main things you need to do with ADHD people. And then he was able to pick up his learning at like an exponential rate after that. So that was something I was really proud of. There was another time I had another ADHD kid, and I don't think I was teaching in this sense, but it was an after school program. But this kid was incredibly disruptive. And one day I picked him up, and one day I picked him up because he was like, he was kind of bullying another kid. So I picked him up and I sat him down. I'm like, okay, you know what? Since I can't trust you to be by yourself or to play nice with other kids, you're just going to sit with me and we're going to play Magic the Gathering. And I'm like, you know how to read, right? He's like, I don't know how to play Magic the Gathering. I said, do you know how to read? He's like, kind of. We're talking about a third grader here, so he should know how to read. But I'm not expecting him to read like Dead Poet Society type. I'm not expecting him to be on like Orwell level type of deal. So I was like, okay, cool, we can work with that. And I pretty much taught this kid how to read while I taught him how to play Magic the Gathering. He's like, oh, I don't know what any of this means. I was just sit there, sound it out. You can do it. You want to beat me in this game, don't you? Sound out that card. Figure out what it does. Figure out the rules of the game. And, yeah, that challenged him enough to figure out how to read. His mother was upset with me because she wanted to be the one to, you know, drill him on his reading and be there for his progress. And I'm like, well, ma'am, you stuck him in an after-school program. And he's got all these behavioral issues. We had no choice. That is not my fault. And also, you never told me that you wanted to be the one to teach him to read. I figure if you wanted to be the one to teach him to read, you would have not stuck him in an after-school program. Like, I get it. You know, the modern age is horrible for parents. You can't really be all that active in your kid's life. You can't really be a stay-at-home mom anymore like you used to, and that sucks. But with that comes certain expectations that you might not be able to do all that kind of stuff. What do we got?
My laptop being a bitch.
You synced it and it went up to 13%.
Yes. I did manage to do that, so it's showing the same amount on both your and Heather's streams at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Star Singer MLP says, hello, Brawny. Hello, Star Singer. Paladin's like, you hit him with a sword? I would not say I hit him with a sword. There was a bamboo stick involved, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a hit. It was a tap. It was just like, hey, if you don't behave, this could hurt. And that sometimes is what you need to do to kids. Corporal punishment should not be your go-to. And it shouldn't even be used frequently. But when you need to use it, you need to use it. And I don't give a frick. If you put your kid in charge, if you put me in charge of your kid, I'm going to be in charge of your kid. And if your kid has behavioral issues that are a danger or disruption to the rest of the class, I'm going to correct the behavioral issues, especially if you won't do it yourself. And, I'm remembering all these other stories now. Because one time I was working with some kids and they were just bullies, really. They didn't even have an excuse. Just bullying all these other kids constantly. The parents never did anything about it. And then one day, I'm walking around, I'm trying to do stuff, and this kid is throwing blueberries at the back of my head. Like, who do you think you are? Blueberries at the back of my head. So I grabbed his blueberries and I threw them in the trash. Screw that kid. And he got all upset. He's like, oh, that was my lunch. Well, you shouldn't have been throwing it if you wanted to eat your lunch. Why were you throwing it at my head? You obviously didn't care that much. Now his mother calls me at the end of the day. Did you throw my kid's blueberries? You're darn right I threw out your kid blueberries. Why'd your kid throw your blueberries at the back of my head? This game is really frustrating. I'm just walking around in circles right now.
Yeah, this is basically story time, or Silent Falleym story time.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, listen, lady, I have been trying to reach you about your son's behavior for months, and we can never get a hold of you. We leave messages, we give warnings, there's this, that, and the other thing, and nothing ever happens. It's in my hands now, okay? Oh man, that was a heck of a program. There's a whole bunch of kids in there that really shouldn't have been. So we were not adequately equipped to handle kids with like all these behavioral issues. And I had to be the corporal punishment guy because nobody else would do it. They were all afraid of like punishment or something like that. But honestly, if the rules are going to stop me from doing a good job, and if the rules are going to stop me from protecting my other kids, then I am going to disregard the rules shamelessly. And I will admit that on air. And I remember like one of my supervisors being like, hey, you can't do that. We could fire you. And I'm like, okay, go ahead and fire me. I'm sure everybody would love to know about like how horribly you run this place and why I have to be the way I am. Right. So go ahead and fire me. I will drag you down with me. There was one kid that had a real bad behavioral problem. It was because he was 5 years old and he came from a broken home, right? And he's getting passed around in foster care. It's really tragic, right? And I'm sympathetic to that, but by the same token, you can't just assault your classmates. So here he is, having an anger outburst out of nowhere, beating up another kid. I pick him up. And I carry him away, and he's like thrashing under my arm, and I'll never forget. He goes, "Oh, you think you're stronger than me?" This 5-year-old that I am carrying under one arm, I picked him up over my head and just kind of held him up in the air, like just below the ceiling fan. And again, you just need to scare him, right? And I go, "Yes, as a matter of fact, I do think I'm stronger than you." And he was a little calmer after that. The things that the father should be doing. Why am I...
So I concur with Paladin at this point. Go to the gate and start hitting buttons.
Alright, let's see how many times we crashed this game. It was the F... Okay. Alrighty then. And now it's gone. There was one time I was teaching karate. And, okay, so I need to find health. Do I have medical kits? Cool.
You do.
Can I use the medical kit?
What's the button you use to shoot? Or actually, wait, that wouldn't help. Oh yeah, right. Switch your select to it. And then...
Click. 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 I'm afraid to touch other buttons, though. What if I close it? C?
Maybe the E button?
E switches.
Okay. Try R. There you go.
Ah, okay, so it's R. Alright, it looks like... Wait, is that the way that I came, though? That's the way that I came. Anyway, so I was teaching karate this one time. It's sparring day. I've got these kids suited up. They got their gloves, their foot pads, their shin pads, their helmets, right? And I keep telling this one kid, and I can't remember his name. Keep telling him, hey, you got to keep your hands up. You got to keep your guard up, otherwise you're going to get hit. He, doesn't do that. I think I told him 3 times. The frick? Okay, so is there another gate over here?
There seems to be multiple ones.
Let's try this. F. And, finally, his partner freaking hits him with this beautiful roundhouse kick right to the head. Shit, what? That... Oh. Frick. Frick.
You are dead. I'm starting the evidence.
Gosh darn it. Okay, so is this the beginning?
Seems that way.
Ah.
Oh, you know, now that you know that the F key does something, see if you can search through the trash cans with it.
Good idea. So, this kid gets kicked in the head right as his mother walks in, and his mother freaks out. You know, this is supposed to be safe, and he's getting kicked in the head, and how are you letting this happen? I'm like, and okay, so, and this is what I said. I go, I turn to him, and I can't remember the kid's name, but I go, Billy, right? Just for a placeholder name. Billy, what did I tell you? And he's like, Sensei Brawny told me to keep my hands up, or what would happen? Or I might get kicked in the head. All right, cool. Did you keep your hands up? No. And what happened? I got kicked in the head. I turned to...
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
Or Percott. Whichever one helps you remember that.
Yeah. So, I told this story in one of my old videos, right, on whether or not, like, Scootaloo could fly. And, I told the story of I had this really asthmatic kid. And I didn't know as much about asthma at the time, but I had a feeling that, you know, if he can breathe, then we can work on strengthening the lungs. So we just kind of, you know, you have an idea of what like a normal person would be able to do in terms of physicality. And you just work your way back from there. Okay, what can he do? Can he do these exercises? That's the sound that it makes right before the monster shows up. How did you sneak up to me like that? I don't even know if I'm hitting this thing.
Evidently, yes.
Okay. Ah, frick. And basically I had some theories and I did a little bit of research and then it turned out to be correct. You know, we just started, cheated the form for a while. Oh, there's a box. Cheated the form for a while, worked on breathing exercises. Sacrificial casket. All right, let's head back. And worked our way back from there, and eventually he got up to average strength. And, oh, that's the monster sound again. Where are you? I don't want you sneaking up on me again.
Try to just get through the gate before the monster can get you. Oh, hey, another casket.
I think that's the same one. Oh, or not. And after we got him, gotcha, sucker. I think it takes 5 shots. After we got him to average strength, he was able to make, like, you know, regular progress from there. So, it's still making the noise.
I wonder if they're attracted to you when you do baskets.
Quite possibly. So we're, Ah! Gosh darn it, I was just looking in that direction. Okay, and now we're going to tab over here and apply medical kits. I'm out of medical kits. So the next time I have an encounter, I'm probably going to die.
Yeah, just try to get back before then.
So I go about my life. I go to college. I you know, tour around the country looking for work. I end up back in my hometown eventually. And I start working for a yearbook photography club. And I go to a school, a high school, to do the yearbook photography. And all of a sudden I hear, Sensei Brawny, what are you doing here? And I turn around and there's the kid. But, you know, he's obviously way older now. There's the noise again. And anyway, it turned out...
Run. Just run, get through the gate. Never mind. Oh, dang. Oh, there's the blood.
Yep. So yeah, he's like, I'm on the football team now. I'm like, that's awesome, right? So this kid could barely breathe when I first met him. And now he's like a quarterback. So, you know, that was a really proud moment for me. He took the, you know, the advice that I gave him, and he ran with it. And that's another thing, is as a teacher, I don't really take a whole lot of, gold chest, shotgun ammo, medical kit. Cool, I need medical kits.
You have 2 more caskets to sacrifice.
Ooh, okay. So another thing is I don't really take, credit for the things that my students do. It's, I just show them what to do. Whether or not they do it is their choice. And whether or not it works really reflects on me as a teacher. He says he thinks I'm muted again. No, it doesn't look like I'm muted.
No, it looks like it's going through just fine.
Yeah, well, it's an issue. I can't tell. Alright, so... this is where I gotta come. Were there other gates?
I think there was, in the direction of the bench that was on the not bloody pit.
Yeah, here's a gate. F. Monster sound. Where are you, monster? Shotgun. There you are.
Strafe.
Strafe. Okay, so it only takes 3 shots with the shotgun. And there's another gate right there. Let me see what's down this way. Not a whole lot of anything by the looks of it.
Does pressing F by the benches do anything?
Let's find out. Nope. There was one time I was teaching... Hey, a casket. There was one time I was teaching, we were working on flexibility. Right, it was PE. And I was just having these kids stretch, because stretching is extremely important. And the first time, like, I show these guys how to do a split, and we're talking, like, I'm working with, like, 6 through 10-year-olds here. And they get into, you know, one of them tries to hit the split and just yells at the top of his lungs, This is ridiculous! And I just went, okay, right? And I'm in my head like, don't make a big deal out of it. It's not a big deal if you don't make it a big deal. Just ignore it, right? Which is the correct thing to do. Kids say...
That bench was at an angle. There's probably something behind it.
Kids will say crazy things.
Or not.
Yeah, if there's something behind it, I can't get to it. F at the trash can. I don't like this game. Mostly, I just find it boring. I shouldn't be able to do this game and tell you about me being a teacher this easily. Did I just come through this door?
This seems...
Guys, I have no idea where I am. Monster noise! Which direction are you going to come from? You're going to come from here? Or here? Or here? Or here? Or here? Show yourself, you coward! Aha!
Are you going to come from between my legs?
There you are! Alright.
Just so you know, it is 10.
We got another 15 minutes. Man, this is insane. I don't like this.
I feel like there should have been something different by now.
There are 4 of these games, you know?
Yeah.
Monster noise. Show yourself, you coward, so I can shoot you with my gun. Shoot you with my gun. You know what? I'm going to tell one more story. I feel like I've told this one before. It's my favorite story. I'm pretty sure I've told everyone this story. But, never mind. Gotta kill a monster. This game's visibility is trash. By the time I know the monster's there, he's already close enough to hit me, and he gets a score in. Takes some of my health away.
Yeah, this very much seems to be a kind of game where you avoid the monsters.
I do like the shotgun, though. Kills him in only 3 hits. I need to switch to my pistol, though. At least I think I do. No, I'm still good. I still have 3 ammo boxes on the shotgun. Anyway. I'm working. And it's Halloween. And, so we all come in costumes. I decided to put on King Sombra. The kids absolutely loved it, right? They'd never seen like a full suit of armor in person like that before. One of the kids recognized it as King Sombra. And she's like, oh snap, that's so cool. I love King Sombra. I'm like, awesome. And then she notices my badge retriever, which at the time was a belt clip on a shining armor retracting real thing, right? And she recognized Shining Armor's cutie mark. She's like, oh yeah, Shining Armor, he's a cool character. I'm like, yeah. So she's like, are you a Brony? I'm like, yeah, I like the show. And she's like, so, and we get into the Brony talk, you know, what's your favorite episode? Who's your favorite character, right? And then she goes, who's your favorite Brony? And I was like, oh, I'm not, you know, I'm not in tune with the fandom all that much, but I like the music. I like some of the animations, right? And I'm totally lying. Like, I'm not just completely doing this on the side here as half of my income. And then, and like an idiot, I return the question. I go, okay, who's your favorite Brony? And this freaking girl goes, have you ever heard of Brawny Buck? He's really funny. And, hey, it ends right here. At this bench that I'm pretty sure I've been to before, but I'd have no way of knowing because there's not any kind of marker on the ground here. I'm pretty sure I'm going in circles. I don't know where I've been and where I've not been. This game is trash. I want to support the Brony games, but God almighty, this game is trash.
I wonder if the blood trail gets longer the more caskets you sacrifice.
Shoot, I don't know. That would have been really good if there was any kind of objective marker or some kind of thing. It said, Brawny, you're suddenly muted.
Apparently the mic's been cutting out a bit when you...
Check. Oh, yeah, it does that. And we got to figure out why. Okay, I'm just standing here, and here's the monster. Alright, I'm still at full health. Cool. Starting to figure out how to play this game, finally. So I don't know how long I was muted for. Did you guys hear the punchline of that story? How long ago was that? That was like that was like 8 years ago that happened at this point. That girl is in college by now. She was crazy talented too. Like, she was like drawing anime characters in stuff that you would have thought were animation cells. And she was studying coding at 10. Just, you know, casually sitting there with a coding book, learning to code at the age of 10. Absolutely insane to me. Hope she kept that same energy. I don't even remember her name. Holy, there's a monster right there! Who gave you permission to spawn camp me?
Not they spawn camping much.
Alrighty then. So yeah. So I don't know what these girls, I don't know what these guys heard in the thing, because apparently my mic was cut out and I have no way of knowing when it was cut out. It's just a matter. So yeah. I go, who's your favorite Brony? She goes, have you ever heard of Brawny Buck? I said, no. I have not heard of Brawny Buck. And that interaction gave me extreme anxiety. One of my second greatest fears is her showing up in the audience one day or something stupid like that. Like, hey, this story sounds familiar. I remember having an interaction like this with one of my teachers. Way back in the day. Frick, now I'm out here doxing myself. Am I interested in any of the other pony games you recommended? I will have to go back and look at what you recommended. Oh, big bug man, won't you die for me? Because I come from Alabama with the shotgun on my knee. I have no idea where I am. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. So tell me, chat, what did you think of this game? Should I try the other... let me see here. I have no medical kits left.
The curative, whatever it is, those heal your health a little instead of fully.
Okay.
I think you're good.
Alright, I'm hearing the noise as I approach the door, which tells me it's going to be right at the... Yep! I don't even know how much health I have. I haven't been able to figure out how many times I can get hit yet. I think it's 4. But there's no feedback to this game, so I don't even know when I'm getting hit or not. Like, overall, just a really bad game. What do you think, Chad? Should I try to... Oh, this door is locked by 2 locks. The symbol of God Metarox is carved on the locks. Okay, so what am I supposed to do about that?
My thought is either you're going to have to go there with 2 caskets and sacrifice them there, or you'll have to get keys from the sacrifice.
Got the monster sound. Not seeing any monster. There it is. Was I not literally just pointed in that direction? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. Which one of these switches my guns? Alright. Out of those low-grade medkits, and all I got's a pistol. And another monster. Hey, look, a blood trail.
Oh, look, a circle. We only had 1 box.
Alrighty. Well, everybody, so far this has been thoroughly unpleasant. And as a matter of fact, it continues to be thoroughly unpleasant. Like, this sound design is actively damaging my hearing. If anything, I'm doing a disservice to you guys by continuing to play this game. Random gosh darn blood splotches. Let's go this way and see what happens. Where did you come from? God almighty. Frustrating. There's no sprint or anything either. A gate? I don't know the plot. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I don't know why I'm trying to do it. I mean, and I'm not hard to please, really. I know I have, like, high taste and a reputation of being just a little bit pretentious, but I'm really not that hard to please. A text box for, you know, why I'm here and what I'm doing would have satisfied me.
All right, Brawny, just take a deep breath. It's 10:14.
Yep.
2 minutes, you'll be playing Power.
That is true.
It's 10:15. It's time to end the stream. As soon as you're done, you'll be playing Power.
Indeed, indeed. It is time to end the stream. So, Rusty, thank you so much for your donation tonight. It means a lot to me. And it really does help. Every little bit helps. I'm very grateful. Just let me know what I can do to repay, because I know I really have no business asking for any kind of help with the release schedule that I have. So, I mean, shoot, we're coming up on a year since the last Buck to the Face episode. That's absolutely disgraceful. But, you know, yeah, that's, if anything, that gives me a lot of hope. That's what the Brony fandom is about, is helping people and being friends and walking through dark dungeons. Thanks to everybody who came out and watched the stream. I'm glad you enjoyed my stories. And we will see you next week. We're very grateful to everybody who supports, especially on the $10 and up tier, such as Emerald, who's with me. There's also Heather, Shady, Autoknight, I almost said Emerald again, Senko, DJ, Rain, Billy, Alden, Kanto, Mr. Sonic, Alicia, Calbeck, StarChaser, VentureCorp, Willyzin, Icanus, Gruila, Vulpecula, Enfield, The Raptors Talon, Jimmy D. Banthrall Jr., Jay Yoshi, and Dark Malcontent. Be sure to check out all the links in the description for more information on what you can do to support the channel and what you get in return. Until then, stay safe, God bless, have a wonderful night.